Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let's give it a few minutes before we start, guys. Let's give it a few minutes before we start. Awesome. It is 3:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Saturday. Welcome to the server room. We're going to give it 1 minute until we start. September 30th. Awesome. Wow. Great. I believe episode 25. Wow. Looks like the YouTube is receiving the content. That is always a good thing. Awesome. And we're going to start in 1 minute. All right. Awesome. It looks like we are live on the channel. Beautiful, beautiful. It is 3:01. All right, guys. Before we start, I want you to we got a new sponsor for the show, so let's hear them out. This episode is sponsored by Yold Wood Watches. This holiday, why not give a Yold Wood Watch to that special person in your life? Yold has a contest/giveaway starting today and it ends in 2 weeks. Contest information is in the description. One lucky winner will receive $180 towards any watch of their choice, plus free shipping and sizing. Awesome, awesome. So that's the new sponsor for the server room. Awesome. I appreciate the love. The link is at the bottom. You got to click on it, fill out the contest form. They're running the show, so hopefully one of you guys are going to be a lucky winner. And welcome. For those individuals that are able to leave a comment at the chatting. Let me know where you're from. If you're new, hi, how you doing? Love you guys. And let's just get started. All right. So let's switch the scene, and let me do a couple of things before we even start. Awesome sauce. All right. So today's episode 25, and a quick announcement before we even start with episode 25. And the quick announcement is that episode 26, which is next week, we are going to be tackling deploying an application with SCCM. Now, the application that I'm going to be deploying, I believe, would be Firefox. But if you guys have any other suggestions, shoot me a comment. Don't shoot a comment at the chat, the live chat, because that stuff disappears and I normally don't see it. So wait until this show is done and it's, completely processed within the channel. Come back, leave a comment, and I will get an email and I will read your comment. If you have any specific suggestions, like maybe Office 365 or Acrobat Professional, whatever, leave it at the comment section after the show is completed, okay? So that's what we are tackling next week for episode 26. I'm not giving you 27, 28 because I might take a nice little, I'm going to take a day off. So today is all about enabling Android support and deploying Android apps. Now, the past couple episodes, I've been trying to push MDM, mobile device management, with SCCM. I'm trying to push out a lot of it because, one, my Intune account has expired. It actually expired yesterday. So I'm debating whether or not if I'm going to purchase it. It's really cheap. I think it's $6 a user, and because I'm running everything in a small lab, I could probably get maybe 3 licenses, but that's $18 each month, right? If I don't use it, it's a waste. So today, I'm not going to do anything live. I am going to show you guys, the application and everything live, but deploying something, it's not going to work because my Intune has expired. So first thing that we need to do is enable Android support. We already did the Apple side, and how about the Android? It is super, super, super easy. All you need to do is the following. So let's zoom in real quick. Awesome. So within your SCCM console, you want to go into administration. And within administration, you want to go inside your overview, cloud services, Microsoft Intune subscription, because that's what we have been using throughout this entire mobile device management series that within the server room. So you click on your subscription, click on configure platform. And once you click on that, you're going to get, you're going to get a nice little drop down menu. We already took the iOS, and you could also configure the platform for Windows and Windows Phone. It's kind of weird that they have Windows and Windows Phone. So click on Android, and you get a nice little dialog box. And you're gonna check that dialog box, and that's it. You enable the Android. That's it. That's basically it. That's how easy it is. So next thing that I did within my environment is I created a device collection. Now to create a device collection, you want to go into your assets and compliance, and within there you want to go to devices, and I right click within device collection, and I clicked on create device collection. Now don't worry about these notes. These notes are going to be pushed out at the end of the show. Again, the link is at the description, as well as the contest giveaway link. Click on that, fill the form. Good luck to you guys. And underneath that, you're going to get the link at the GitHub repository of the server room. That's where all the notes are living at. Even the YouTube videos that I have out for you guys, PowerShells, whatever, it's in that repository. Keep everything centralized for you guys. So after the show, the notes are going to be placed in there, okay? So next thing that you want to do is give it a name, comment, and you want to limit the collection. Now, I gave it a name of all Android devices. Makes sense because the collection is going to be based for, Android devices, right? And you're going to limit the collection only for all mobile devices because we are only dealing with mobile devices. I didn't leave a comment, but for me, I would love to leave comments here because in case I leave the job or something happens to me, the next person that is able to manage the SCCM console understands what the hell you're doing, right? So leave comments, descriptions. It's best practice. To me, it's best practice. Once you do all that, click on next. And I normally like to skip this. So I clicked on next, and you can get a nice little warning saying the collection has no membership rules. Duh, right? Click OK. It still allows you to create the collection with no problem. So click on next on that, and you get a green check mark and close it. And now we're going to modify a new collection. Now I like to create the collection, then go inside the collection, and then create my query. If you already have the query in mind, you could just insert it there, but I like to do it this way. I don't know. I don't know why I like doing it this way. It's just me. From here, we need to locate our new collection and whatever name you called it. I called it all Android devices. Right click on it, and you're going to go to properties. And within properties, we want to go into membership rules. Okay. And we're going to click on add rule. And we want you have about 5 options here. You could do a direct rule, device catalog rule, include collections, exclude collections, blah blah blah. The one that we're going to do is a core rule. Now don't worry, the notes are going to provide the SQL, the SQL statement that I used, and you could just modify it the way you want it, right? So once you click on that, you're going to have it's like 3 windows. The first window is going to get this one right here, and then you want to do is edit. And once you hit edit, you get this dialog box, and then show query language. And then you get this right here. Now, I copied and pasted the information. And this query statement basically selects resource ID, the system type, the resource type actually, the system name. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can take a better look. And don't get me wrong, the notes are going to have this stuff. So all you got to do is copy and paste and just modify it for your environment. The statement is also going to get the SMS unique identifier, the resource domain or work group, the client, and the system, where the operating system name and version is like Android %. Now the % is basically, if it could be Android 5.0, 5.6, whatever, right? And once you do that, you want to click on OK. And you get a nice little warning. I forgot to add a name, so just make sure you name it. I gave it adding _ Android, right? Really simple. And then you got your new query. So your collection is going to go throughout your system and find that particular machine or device that fits that filter that you added within your collection. And you want to apply it and OK it, and then you get to go. Now, the next thing that you need to do with Android devices is create and configure an item for your Android devices. Now, to do that, we need to get into the assets and compliance, and you want to do is within overview, you want to expand that. You want to find the compliance settings, and you have a configuration item. So right click on that and click on create configuration items or item. You get a nice little wizard. You're going to fill out the information, And for me, I gave it encryption setting for Android devices. We don't need to specify what type of client because it's not going to be a Windows 10 machine or a Mac OS X, or it's not going to be a Windows desktop or Service Custom. So this is the one that we're going to be choosing for this particular configuration item. It is Android and Samsung. Cool. Now, for the Apple thing, for the Apple iOS devices, you could also create a configuration item as well, because they give you the option here. You could do it as well. So I think I didn't touch base on that. It kind of sucks. I do apologize for that. But you are able to do it as well with the iOS devices. So from here, you click on Next. And actually, don't click on Next. I clicked on categories, and I created a new one. By default, SCCM gives you 4 of them out of the box: client, IT infrastructure, line of business, server. I clicked on create, and I gave it a name of enable encryption on Android devices. Then click OK, and then you click on Next. Now, by default, it checks everything. So this is everything that's going to be supported within the Android world, that your configuration item that you're creating is going to support all of these types. And I think my SCCM needs to be updated. I don't remember which version of SCCM I'm running, because I know for a fact, let's go inside the server. I feel like I'm running 15.11. That kind of sucks because I really need to update this machine. So yeah, I'm running version 16.06, and version 16.06, let me zoom in for you guys so you guys can take a better look on that. So this is the version that I'm running right now, and there's already other versions within the, let me close this up real quick. If I go to administration, I know there's a couple of services already. Like if I go to updates and servicing, see, I already have 17.06 available. So, and I need to push out these 2 hot fixes. But it's one of those things that if it's not broken, why would you even want to push out an update? I know it's best practice to push out all the updates and keep your thing healthy and up to date. But my mentality has always been, look, if it's not broken, why the hell I'm going to push out a big update and cause the machine or the services to act up? So that's just me. And so let's go back. All right, so you are able to change whatever you want. I left everything as the default, and we are going to click on Next. And then from here, you're able to select what type of, the settings for the device that you want. Now, I picked the following. I did password, right? And I did encryption. Now, the encryption part is the encryption setting group includes encryption settings for the device, email, and storage cards. Now, this guy, when it rebooted, I'm using the Verizon 4G LTE Galaxy S5, old school, right? Really old school. And the only reason why I'm using this one is because it works. It's in good condition, in great condition. It just works, right? And it rebooted. And when it rebooted, it wanted me to add a password, an encryption password, because if I reboot this guy and I, try to log into the operating system, I need to enter a password to unlock. So it's like BitLocker in a way. And then you have the password, and then from here you want to click on Next. But don't get me wrong, you have like a crap load of other options here, but it really depends on your environment. I can't tell you, okay guys, you need to definitely do passwords, you need to definitely do security. It's really up to you and what you choose for your devices within your infrastructure. Okay, from here, we have configured device password settings. This is where you could get a little bit more detail with your configuration item. And by default, it's not configured. So when you click on required, you have it's like a candy store. You have more stuff to do, more stuff to play with. I think the only 2 things that I enabled was the password length, which would be 6 characters. And then also the report, I did just information. But you're also able to do password expiration, which is cool. Users have like an expire date, maybe like every 90 days you need to change your password, which is great. Number of passwords remembered, which is cool. Number of failed logins, which this is pretty good to have enabled in my eyes, I think, because if you lose your phone, you got people try to log into your thing because they looked over your shoulder and they saw. So if it takes 3 times, automatically just wipe it clean, right? That's cool. And then you have other options, okay? Click on next, and from here, from the encryption, it's not configured, so you're going to hit the drop down button. You have on and off. We want to have on, and I just left this guy as information, okay? Platform, I just left it as is. We don't need to do that at all. And click on next, a nice little summary, and click next, and green check mark. Done. And there goes our configuration item. Sweet, right? Now, next thing that we need to do is create a configuration baseline for our Android devices. Now, again, the only reason that I'm tackling the mobile device management like really hard, because one, I was trying to not have my Intune account expired on me, and it did. And this episode is like 2 episodes in one. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because I'm showing you guys how to enable it. I'm also showing you guys how to do the baseline, the configuration item. It's just everything grouped up into one show because my trial expired. So the next thing that you need to do within the Android devices, and you could do the same steps within the iOS devices, and I do apologize for me not doing that during the time that we was doing the Apple devices. But the same approach of creating the configuration item as well as the baseline, you could do it within the Android side, the Apple side. So for your baseline, you're still within the assets and compliance. And within here, you're going to go to configuration baselines and right click on it and create a configuration baseline. Awesome. You get a nice little window, give it a name. I gave it a name of super simple, right? Doesn't take a rocket scientist. It's just baseline for the Android devices. Bam, duh. And give it a description. And from here, you want to click on add. And you want to do is a configuration item, right? You're going to pick the configuration item that we created, all right? So that's the one, encryption devices, encryption settings for Android devices. So when you click on that, you want to hit add, and it's going to drop it down here, okay? So again, when you highlight it, these 2 guys pop up. Click on add, it drops it to the bottom, and then you're able to press OK. Bam, you're good to go. Now, if you want, you could also assign a category to improve searching and filtering. Now, this guy right here is great within your SCCM console if you're doing a lot of searching and stuff. So I clicked on it, and I chose the enable encryption on Android devices. You could create one on the spot if you want, and click OK. And that's it. That's the configuration baseline. It's super simple. The configuration baseline is basically assigning a configuration item that you created for your devices. Okay. Now it's time to deploy your Android configuration baseline, and it's super simple to to deploy it. What you need to do is within your configuration baseline, you're gonna find your baseline that you created. You're gonna right click on it, and what do you think you need to do? I'm gonna give you guys a second. Yep, hit the deploy button. Hit deploy, and once you deploy, you're gonna get this nice little window. And by default, if everything works well, you're going to see this section right here with information, the baseline for Android devices, which is great. Okay, and you're able to change the modifications. Is up to you. The only thing that I did within my lab was I changed the collection, which you need to do that, but you're able to even set a date and time, generate an alert. It's really up to you. I hit the browse, and within browse, I found the Microsoft Intune users, because you got to understand, the Microsoft Intune users are the ones that are going to be using this policy. It's not the device themselves. Is when you download the app from the Google Play Store or within the App Store, and your user is logging into the portal, they're using the Intune account. Okay. Now the Intune account is also synced to your Active Directory. So your Active Directory users and passwords is being synced to Intune. So that's where the magic sauce is at. And you're also able to change the schedule. And I just clicked OK. And that's it. Done. Done. And next thing that you need to do is enroll an Android device. And this is the basic thing. You want to go to Google Play. This is what you tell your users, or most likely if you have the devices in hand and you're configuring it for your users before you give it to them, you want to go into the Google Play Store. and you want to do a search of the company portal. This is the one that you want. Install it. This is kind of access that it needs. You want to accept. It's going to download, pending. It's going to install. You want to open it, and then you want to sign in. Now, when you sign in, again, you're using the Intune account. My Intune account is this guy right here, and it's the password. It's not the password within Intune. It is the password that you have within Active Directory. Okay. And put the password, sign in, and it's going to be connecting, and it's going to say what's next. So just read this information. We are going to click enroll, and holy crap. Now, there's a huge difference between the Android world and the Apple world. Don't get me wrong. For me, I love Android devices, even though I have an Apple device. And the reason why I have an Apple device is because the majority of the people that I maintain or support at my 9-to-5 job, they are all iPhone users. But Androids are great. A lot of my family members, Android, and I support them. Cool. But one of the things that I noticed between the Apple and this guy, the Android, is this. It gives you like a rundown of everything. Like, oh my God, you have so much power when SCCM is talking to an Android device. Like, holy moly, look at this. You're able to erase all data, change the screen unlock password. You're able to set the password rules, monitor screen unlock attempts, lock the screen, set lock screen password expiration, set storage encryption, disable the camera, disable features in the keyboard, set SD card encryption, manage applications, manage Bluetooth policies, manage. Holy moly, there's just more. I think there's another slide. I think there's 2 more slides. Look at everything. You're able to configure Exchange account. Makes sense, right? This option was not part of the Apple devices. Manage Wi-Fi policies and profile. Like, holy moly, this is really scary. I mean, if you are going to deploy this mobile device management to individuals that don't have a company Android device, you have to warn them, because I've dealt with users that get really iffy when you push out a policy to their phone. They're like, wait a minute, why are you pushing this? Are you going to see all my information? Are you going to get all my information? I'm like, no, we're not going to see all your information. This is just in case something happens. And they don't want to hear it. They just do not want to hear it. But then it's like, you need this because, in case something happens to your phone, we need to wipe it clean because it has corporate information, but then again, they're using their phone for personal stuff. So it's really a thin line when you're dealing with stuff like this. And I hate dealing with it. So again, more information is just a lot more that you could control dealing with SCCM and Android. Oh, I love it. So finally, when I got to there, I just click on activate because I wanted to check everything that, my admin's going to have access to this Android device. So it's going to say enrolling your device. It's going to take a while. You get another policy, private policy. Read it. Most likely a lot of users will read it. Accept it. Confirm it. Right? Confirm. And it's going to enroll the device. And that's it. Cool. Now the device name is really weird. I tried to change this, but never synced back. I changed it, but it did not sync to within the SCCM. It just stayed this way. So it gives you the name of the person that logged into the portal, the type of device, the date that it was synced up, and the time. And okay, so eventually I got the policy. It said you need to update your device passcode. So this is one of the configuration items that I pushed out. It takes a while for the device to start talking to your Intune, and then Intune needs to talk to SCCM, and, back and forth. But eventually you're going to get this. You click on it, and you got 2 choices. You got a PIN or a password. I picked the PIN. I put my password and show our content. This is more information here. And you get another one. Again, that's another policy that we pushed out, and the policy was to enable the encryption. So when you click on it, it gives you a nice little information of what you need to do. And it says encryption may take more than an hour. So it's one of those things that try to push it out when your users are in the office. Do not push this policy out when your users are in the field and they're freaking out, because a lot of users, when they have their phone and they see a message, they don't really read it. They just click on it, click, 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 click. They don't pay attention to it. And then all of a sudden their machine is rebooting and they're freaking out. So if you're going to push a policy like this, just make sure you're pushing it out when they're in the office, or you shoot them an email and let them know what's happening, okay? Or you can push it out like late night, okay? And once you do that, you say encrypt the phone. You're going to confirm your PIN, and encrypting your phone cannot be reversed and data would be lost. You click on this right here if you want to do a fast encryption and encrypt the phone. It's going to reboot. You can see the nice little Android little guy there. And then going back into the SCCM on all mobile devices, this is the guy right here, which is weird. See, I changed it within the Android device and it never synced up. It just stayed like that. Okay. Now, within all Android devices, this is one of the containers. Oops. This is one of the containers that I created. So if I go inside all Android devices, again, it takes a while for SCCM to go through your system, and then it will pre-populate itself with an Android device. Now we're going to create a folder, and this is a section where we are going to deploy an application. Now I was silly with this example because I pushed out Google Chrome to my Android device, and it didn't hit me, and I said to myself, wait a minute, this worked too flawless. Wait, oh yeah, Google Chrome is already within the goddamn Android devices, and I'm pushing it out again. But regardless, it did work. I think it just reinstalled it, right? So within software library, all right, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Software library, and within software library, I went to mobile devices, and I right-clicked and going to create a new folder. Now, I love creating folders. If you guys have been with me since the very beginning, I just love creating folders. Keeps me organized, keeps everyone organized. And the folder that I created was called Android because I'm going to be deploying Android apps, right? There it goes. So we need to create an app using Google Play. Now, again, just like the Apple devices, there's different ways to do this. If you have a developing team within your office that's creating like an in-house app, and you have that particular file, that container, you're able to push it out that way. I think you could bypass iTunes and bypass Google Play, because I know with iTunes and Google Play, you need to have like certain things you have to like follow, like guidelines, and I think with iTunes you have to pay like $100 just to have your app there. I think SCCM would be, I don't think you need to pay as long as you have that I think IPA file, iPhone application file. You're able to just deploy it. You could just bypass the iTunes, and I think you could do the same thing with Google Play. So we're going to be using Google Play because it's super simple, and I right-clicked on my Android phone, my Android folder, and create an application. And from there, you get this nice little wizard. It's the same concept like we did with the Apple iOS stuff. You can click on that drop down, and we're going to pick App Package for Android on Google Play. You're going to click on Browse, and you get this nice little window. Again, the searching capabilities within this little window kind of sucks. I just feel like Microsoft was really lazy, and it didn't change the icon, because this icon right here, because I've done a little bit of Visual C++, and when you are testing your application, that's like the default icon. So come on, get it together. Get it together, Microsoft. All right, so from here, same concept. You could do a search. I searched for Google Drive. I clicked on it. It's really silly of me to pick Google Drive because Google Drive is already part of Android. Ugh, stupid of me, right? But whatever. Click on Next on that, and it's going to give you the information. Click on Next. You could change the name. You could change the publisher. Give the version number if you have it. You could select a particular admin category. It's up to you. Admin comments. Click next. I should have left the comment like, duh, I'm deploying Google Drive again to an Android device. Duh, Bernardo. Yeah. So you're going to click on next on that. A nice little summary. Click on next and get all green check marks. I love those green check marks. And click on close. Now it's time for us to deploy the app. Now to deploy the app is super simple. You locate your app, you right click on it, and what do? Deploy. Easy. You're going to get the nice little deploy software wizard. By default, it's going to show you the software. And the only thing that you might have to choose is the collection. So click on browse, and from browse, you want to pick the Microsoft Intune users. Because again, you're deploying it to your users, your Intune users. So you're going to click OK. And leave this by default. I think the last time I left that unchecked when I was doing like a live demo for you guys, and a lot of stuff wasn't working. It took some time. So click on next, and from here the content, we don't need to do anything. Click on next on that. And the deployment settings, you have action and purpose. We're going to definitely do install. I think it's just like the Apple devices. I believe the action is install, uninstall, and the purpose is either available or required. So I just left everything as the default. And I am going to show you guys also, that's going to be later on. You can also check this off to require an admin approval if users request this application. So if you're deploying a specific application to everyone within your Intune and you don't want everyone to automatically install it, you're going to when I click on it, they're able to request it, and you're going to get a nice little notification within here, within your SCCM, within this guy right here, approve request, and then you're able to right click, deny, and approve. Okay. And click on next. Scheduling, I didn't do anything. I left it as the default. User experience, there's only 2 options, and I just left it as the default. Display and software centers. This right here does, again, the same concept with the Apple devices, but this doesn't make any sense. This only makes sense if you're deploying it to PC. Why? Come on, Microsoft, get it together. You should remove this right here. Just remove it. Especially when it comes out to mobile devices, just remove it. Then you have alerts. I didn't do any kind of alerts, so I left it as is. I clicked on next. Nice little summary. Next. Green check marks are always a good thing, and we're closing. Now, you could feature an app. If you have a particular app that you want to feature, and I'm going to show you guys where the feature section is at, this is how you would do it. So you find your app. You're going to right-click on it. You're going to go to Properties. And within properties, we want to go into the application catalog. And from here, pretty straightforward, I'm telling you, display this app as a featured app and highlight it in the company portal. Done. That's it. It's done. Donezo. How easy is that? Thank you, Microsoft. And once you do that, just click OK and apply it. And you can also, like, for me, I clicked on edit and I created a category, and I did Android, Google Play apps. Okay. And just did that. And now the user experience. So this is how they will see it. This is the apps. It's going to be within the feature apps. You click on it. Nice little description, right? Publish date. And then you click on view Google Play. And again, this little silly guy right here didn't think about it, but the app is already there, so it didn't make any sense. So we're gonna click on open, and that's it. So I can't really show you guys a demonstration. The reason why I can't really show you guys is because my thing expired today. So I'm really debating whether or not I'm going to purchase it. So I just want to shoot it out to you guys real quick. All right, cool. So this is the portal. See, this is the app, and it's logging in. Yeah, go back. Company. See, you need to sign in. I need to sign in. I see it's not gonna work for me. That sucks. It's probably not gonna work for me, and the reason why it's not going to work for me is because my Intune account has expired. Wait a minute. Let's see if it refreshes and I'm able to get it. All right, cool. All right, cool. Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I really feel like it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work for me because my thing expired. That sucks. Sweet. See if we could do this. There we go. There we go. Close all. Close all now. And we close that. And there we go. Let me see if I can start it up again for you guys. There we go. Awesome sauce. See if we can refresh the company portal. It's connecting. It's checking for security requirements. And there it goes. Cool. I want to see something. Let's see something. Let's see if I could get by and deploy something with you guys. That'd be pretty cool if it still allows me to deploy stuff, for, you know, if I haven't paid for it. So let's go into software libraries. Let's go inside Android. We're going to right click. We're going to create a new app. My thing falls asleep on me. Got a crap of updates being pushed to this Android device. So let's go to app. We're going to go browse. I'm going to just try. Why not? Let's just try. Let's see what happens. I'm about 99.9% sure that it is not going to work. I definitely know I don't have Snapchat. So let's check real quick. I know I don't have Snapchat on this phone. So let's click on that and let's take a look. Let's click on that. Come on, talk to me. Here we go. I know I definitely don't have it because I don't have a Snapchat account. All right, cool. We're gonna go all the way. Come on. Where are you? Oh, okay, cool. We're gonna click OK right here. You guys can't see the OK, so I'm just gonna move this guy a little bit over here so you guys can see. All right, let me just change auto window. All right, so I found the Snapchat, clicked on it, took me to this page, automatically right here in the bottom. You would think the OK button would be over here, but it is not. So it's right here in the corner. Zoom in for you guys. Right here in the corner, right? Click OK. Once you click OK, you're going to get the nice little address. We are going to click on Next. Awesome. And we're going to click on Next again. Again, I am 99.9 sure that this probably won't work, but you know, Snapchat, I think that's what it's called, right? And I'm gonna leave everything as is. I think that's what it's called, Snapchat. Yep, Snapchat. Okay, cool. Next. And summary, and we're gonna click OK. Oh, next, actually, sorry. It's gonna do its thing. Working. It's working. Okay. Press OK. And still doing this thing. There it goes. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Give me 1 second. Doing something real quick. I swear to you, I don't have Snapchat on this, so that's not what I'm doing. I just want to make sure, because it keeps on going to sleep on me. And I don't want it to go asleep on me, so I'm trying to find settings. This is how much I use Android. It's kind of sucks. So right now I'm trying to find here it goes, screen timeout. That's what it is, right? That's 30 seconds. So we're going to change it to 10 minutes. Awesome. So now we are going to do that. Cool. So now it gives me 10 minutes. Beautiful. So I want to show you guys, look. So within the apps, I don't have Snapchat at all. I just went inside the settings and changed the timeout setting because it kept on timing out on me every 30 seconds. All right, good. So we are going to close that. Awesome. Right click on this guy. And I think I only need to do deploy. So we are going to click on deploy. The collection that we want will be our Microsoft Intune users, which I really think it's not going to work out, but hopefully the gods up there looking at me. Next. Click on next on that. It's going to be available. Click on next. No scheduling. Next. See, this doesn't make any sense. Why? Why would you do that, Microsoft? Next. Nice little summary. And okay. And I know the last time that we did this live, when I actually had an Intune account that was, working, it took forever to sync up on the phone. So I think just gotta be patient, right? Just be patient. Gotta be patient, Kuposabi. Gotta be patient. All right, now, so I'm just gonna give it some time. Right? It's active. It's deployed. I know if you click on Google Drive, which is the one that I deployed beforehand, and you go into deployments, it's really weird because the Google Drive doesn't even give you 0. Look at 0. Sucks. All right. We're waiting. We're going to wait. I'm going to switch it over to scene 3 for the chatting. Awesome. We got a couple of people. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining in. I appreciate the love. We have Ben. Hi, Ben. We have Maddie. What's up? We have Benjamin. What is going on? How's everyone doing? No, this is not SCCM 1706. This is SCCM 1606. It's one of those things. If it's not broken, why fix it? So I'm going to deploy 1706 to this virtual machine, but for now I'm running 1606. Everything is working fine for me. I haven't had any issues, so it's like, okay, why fix it if it's not broken, right? Okay, so let's go back and we're going to check it out real quick. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're definitely going to be ending the show today. Yeah, I really feel like it's not going to show up, guys. You know why it's not going to show up? Because my thing expired. How about we close this? Awesome. And let's see if we open it up. I'm opening it up right now. See, I'm opening it up. I want to show you guys that everything is done live. Yep, it's not going to show up. It's not going to show up because my thing has expired. Yeah, so that sucks. Yeah, I'm still debating whether or not I am going to purchase Intune again. This is a lab environment, but I don't know if I'm going to purchase it because this is the last of it. That's it. No more SCCM and mobile device management. I mean, if you guys have any questions or concerns and you want me to touch base on something, I could probably do it like one of those, video request videos and push it out that way. But yeah, that's it. That's it for the show, man. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the love. As always, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe. Also, at the very bottom of the description, there is the GitHub repository. The notes are going to be there pretty soon after the show. And also click on that link, that giveaway, that contest. Go check that out. Fill out the form. Good luck to you guys. And I catch you guys on the next server room, which is going to be episode 26. And it's all about deploying applications. Now, make sure you guys come back to the channel once this video is processed and leave a comment to let me know what type of applications you want me to deploy during the show. Okay, that will give me some time for me to test everything out, do the paperwork, do the notes, and for that, and for you, whoever gave me a suggestions, like let's say Acrobat Professional, you will have the notes, you will have the cheat sheets when you need to do it in your environment. If you tell me, hey, I deploy Office 365, bam, I will have the notes and you will have the cheat sheet. So again, come back later once this is processed. Leave your comments right below. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And I catch you guys on the next show. Peace out. All right, so we're going to end it here. And I always forget how to end this. All right, guys, I'm out of here. All right, it's off. Is it off? Wait a minute. Is it off? No, 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 it's not off. Wait a minute. Is it this one?